Hey explorers, ever found yourself tangled in the web of sleep myths? Well, get ready to untangle the misconceptions and dive into the science of slumber. Whether you're a night owl or an early bird, there's something in this video for everyone. We'll be debunking 8 age-old sleep myths that might be keeping you up at night. Grab your favorite blanket and join us while we separate sleep facts from fiction for a good night's sleep. First up, have you ever wondered why your grandparents always seem to be early risers? Or why they appear to get by with less shut-eye? Perhaps they took this myth seriously. The idea that, as you age, you need fewer hours of sleep. It's time to wake up to the truth. A 2019 study in sleep health reveals that, contrary to this popular myth, your grandparents actually need just as much sleep, if not more. But their quest for quality sleep might be more challenging than you think. Guy Meadows, researcher and co-founder of an online platform, The Sleep School, says, by the time we reach our 50s, we've lost up to 70% of the deep sleep we had in our 20s. That's quite intriguing, isn't it? Let's dive into the brainy world of sleep science to debunk this myth together. Did you know that your brain has a secret snooze button and a wake-up alarm? Together, they function like a switch. Your brainstem and midbrain are the dynamic duos that promote wakefulness. In the midbrain, in the region called the hypothalamus, there are these special preoptic neurons that produce sleep inhibitor hormones called galanin. Here's where it gets interesting. When the hypothalamus signals the brainstem and midbrain with galanin, it's like pressing the snooze button. And what happens immediately is that a wave of sleepiness washes over you. But here's the thing. As the candles on your birthday cake increase, the number of galanin-expressing neurons in the hypothalamus reduces. A report from the University of California, Berkeley showed that the number of galanin-expressing neurons within the preoptic area of the hypothalamus significantly declines with age. This decline is linked to more disrupted sleep in older adults. In simple terms, as you get older, there is less pressure to doze off because the internal snooze system of your hypothalamus is failing to send the necessary signals to induce sleepiness. So, the next time you catch grandma rocking in her favorite chair, just know she's not merely snoozing. Behind those closed eyelids, her mind and body are engaged in a fierce battle, preventing those much-needed Z's from entering her subconscious dreamland. Next up, have you ever heard about that age-old ritual of sipping warm milk before tucking into bed? Does it truly weave the magic of sleep? Let's pour some truth over this timeless milky myth that drinking a glass of warm milk promotes better sleep. So, it is true that milk contains the amino acid tryptophan, which is converted into hormones that enhance sleep. But before you get too excited, hold on. If you were to drink about 2 gallons of milk, it might do magic spells of making you feel drowsy, but Lin Zhang and Maoming Zhao, food scientists at South China University of Technology, feel otherwise. Even if you were to down that much milk, tryptophan has to compete with other large neutral amino acids like leucine, isoleucine, tyrosine, phenylalanine, and valine to cross the blood-brain barrier to have any effect on sleep. Anyways, who wants to be in a milk-induced slumber with a bloated stomach and a dairy overload? It's like a delicate balance. Too much milk may lead to many other discomforts that prohibit sleep. So while a warm cup of milk might have a calming effect as it evokes nostalgic memories, it's not a guaranteed ticket to the dreamland. Now, when it's time for bed, do you usually get all cozied up, ready to catch up on your favorite TV show to help doze off? It sounds like a perfect night, right? Well, sleep experts would beg to differ. Let's tune in to the Science Channel to unravel the myth that watching TV helps you fall asleep. According to Dr. Rebecca Robbins, a sleep scientist at the Brigham and Women's Hospital and an assistant professor of medicine at Harvard Medical School, turning your bed into an entertainment hub might not be the best idea. Your brain starts associating your comfy mattress with everything but sleep. And we all know, a confused brain is not the best recipe for a good night's sleep. But that's not all. If you're the type to binge watch with a laptop warming your belly, hold up. That extra heat might be sabotaging your journey to dreamland. Dr. Robbins recommends keeping it cool as bedtime approaches, aiming for a room temperature below 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Apparently, too much heat can turn your night into a wild ride of tossing, turning, and maybe even a nightmare or two. And here's the kicker. What you watch also matters. Beware of watching those distressing stories that might just send your stress hormone cortisol through the roof, as it makes it a real challenge to power down. Have you ever heard about melatonin, the hero hormone that helps promote sleep and regulates your body clocks? Harvard Health warns that any light, even your room lights, can suppress melatonin, but blue light from television and other devices at night is especially powerful at doing so. The Sleep Foundation adds that disrupting these body clocks can lead to various health issues, from metabolic disorders to depression. So, if you're aiming for quality shut-eye, consider trading your pre-sleep screen ritual for a good book or some calming music, all while basking in the serene embrace of complete darkness. Your body and mind will thank you. Does this conversation sound familiar? Oh, you're so blessed. You're able to doze off anytime, anyplace. I wish I had that gift. Well, before you envy someone for their seemingly superpower of sleeping in the blink of an eye, hold on a second. Here's a reality check. That infamous myth, being able to fall asleep anywhere, anytime, is a sign of a healthy sleep system, might sound cool, but scientists, led by the renowned Dr. Rebecca Robbins and their study published in the Sleep Health Journal, give this myth a big thumbs down. Dr. Robbins says that it's a myth that a good sleeper would be able to hit the pillow and fall asleep right away. This is because sleep is a process. It takes a well-rested, healthy person about 15 to 20 minutes or maybe a little longer to fall asleep. So, excessive daytime sleepiness or the ability to doze off at a moment's notice might not be a sign of being a fantastic sleeper. Instead, it could be a red flag for chronic sleep deficiency. If you were starved for food and sat down at any opportunity to eat a huge meal and ate voraciously, that would probably be a sign you're not getting enough nutrition. It's the same thing with sleep. In these insightful words of Dr. Robbins, it's a poignant reminder that just like our bodies need proper nourishment, our sleep deserves the right quality and duration. So, whether at the dinner table or comfy bedtime, finding the right balance is key. That makes sense, doesn't it? Have you ever stayed awake through the night, tossing and turning when the world is already snoozing? Sometimes it's not just the silence that keeps you company. It could be the glow of screens, the thrill of a gripping novel, or the endless scroll through social media. Whether it's the caffeine buzz or the buzzing thoughts, a sleepless night can be a journey through various distractions. Well, the myth we're about to unravel in a moment might have triggered some anxiety during those solitary nocturnal moments. It's the belief that one night of sleep deprivation will have lasting negative health consequences. Does that resonate with you? If it does, well, we bring you both some bad news and good news. Experts provided a moderate rating of falseness for this myth, meaning it's not completely false. Your whole night sleep deprivation can lead to short-term adverse effects such as a lapse in attention or even an increase in resting blood pressure. But the good news is that they likely resolve with recovery sleep. So if you have a night off, don't beat yourself up about it. Instead, try to get back on track with your normal sleep schedule as soon as possible. Isn't that comforting? Have you ever been part of the snorkestra? From the classic honking goose to the gentle laroo and the downright loud chainsaw serenade. And let's not forget the infamous dad's epic road trip snore. Now let's be honest, no one is a fan of this nighttime snore concert, are they? But have you ever pondered about the lingering myth that snoring is harmless? Well, brace yourself for a wake-up call because this one actually is a myth. Your nighttime melody might be a lot more than just a nightly annoyance. Get ready to discover the surprising truth about snoring. Your snoring lullabies take the center stage when the soft tissues at the back of your throat, especially the muscles of the soft palate, including the uvula, that little palatine dangler hanging from the roof of the mouth, relax during your sleep. This drop in muscle tone can lead to the airway shrinking, restricting airflow. So when air forcefully squeezes through, it's like a little concert, and the uvula starts its rhythmic vibrations, resulting in the nighttime symphony of sounds. The combination of airway shrinkage and turbulent airflow creates the perfect snore combo. Not only that, but your snoring can be influenced by the size and shape of these soft tissues like uvula and tonsils, the size of your jaw, your sleeping position, sleeping on high altitude, obesity, and even the medications you may be taking. All these factors can play a role in the collapse of the airway during sleep. Intriguing, right? So, can snoring be harmful? If the snoring is actually more than just snoring and interfering with your breathing due to repetitive collapse of the airway during sleep and causing oxygen levels to drop, then it could be signaling a serious medical condition called obstructive sleep apnea. As sleep specialist Lynn A. D'Andrea put it, snoring is not an illness, but it is a symptom. Just as a cough can be a symptom of pneumonia, snoring can be a symptom of obstructive sleep apnea. If this goes on for a long period of time untreated, it can result in symptoms of insomnia, frequent nighttime awakenings. It can increase the chances of other health problems like cognitive issues, diabetes, and mood disorders. It's been estimated that sleep apnea affects 2 to 4% of the population and is considered a risk factor for cardiovascular problems like congestive heart failure and stroke. So, next time you hear the nighttime snorkestra, remember, persistent snoring might be a cue to pay attention to your sleep health. Are you an early morning fitness fanatic, or do you prefer to work out later in the day? Ever had a day where you can't work out until late in the evening? And have you ever wondered if a late night workout will sabotage your sleep? Let's debunk the myth that exercise before bed disrupts your sleep. Hold on to your dumbbells, because here's the twist. It's not all black and white. For those who love a post-work run or a late-night gym session, rejoice. A 2016 study in sleep medicine peeked into the exercise habits of 1,000 US adults. Guess what they found? People who sweated it out in the evening, just a few hours before bedtime, reported zero struggles with falling or staying asleep. In fact, they boasted about getting better sleep on workout nights compared to the sedentary ones. And there's more. A 2019 review in Sports Medicine spilled the beans, discovering that evening exercisers not only enjoyed more deep sleep, but also bid farewell to the lightest phase of sleep, stage 1 sleep. And here's the plot twist: vigorous exercise within an hour of bedtime played the sleep disruptor. So, your late night workout might be just what your body needs, but maybe keep it a bit chill in that final hour before drifting into your dreamland. And finally, have you ever pondered that age-old myth proposing that an alcoholic beverage is the secret nightcap for a good night's sleep? Well, that cozy feeling after a sip might make you think it's working, but studies have a different story to tell. Spoiler alert, it's not the shortcut to the peaceful sleep you've been led to believe. Grab your favorite drink and let's dive into this myth-busting journey. So, while yes, alcohol can help you doze off quicker with its sedative properties, there is a twist. It negatively impacts quality and duration of your sleep. Sipping before slipping into your dreamland puts extra loads onto your liver, which works overtime to expel the toxins. So that means frequent bathroom trips in the middle of the night. Not exactly a sign of quality sleep, right? And here's what's interesting. Alcohol takes a toll on your rapid eye movement sleep, or as they call it, REM. This is a critical phase, starting 90 minutes after you drift into sleep. During REM, your muscles, except those for breathing and for your eyes, enter a state of temporary paralysis, while your brain is busy fabricating those vibrant dreams. Experts believe it's a protective measure to keep you from acting out on your dreams and avoiding potential injuries. Once again, we can marvel at how amazing the human body is. Now, what happens when the alcohol plays havoc with your REM? Your dreams might feel so much more real and vivid that you might turn them into full-fledged dramatic performances, with sleepwalking, talking, and all without you realizing it. Imagine living out bizarre dreams you'd regret for a lifetime. Furthermore, a 2018 review suggests that alcohol might relax your breathing muscles, turning your peaceful night into a snoring symphony. And we've already seen what snoring means. You might even experience breathing pauses or shallow breaths during sleep up to a whopping 25% of the time, leading to more sleep disruptions. So if you're aiming for some top-notch shut-eye, it might just be time to bid adieu to the booze before you snooze. And there you have it, a bedtime journey through 8 myths and truths of sleep. Now let's bid those myths goodnight and embrace the restful seas that await.